Hello, my name is Corey Ruff. Welcome to my Monster Hunter World tutorial. This instructional video will be about how to play Monster Hunter World and about how to hunt monsters on the game effectively. The purpose of this video is to make sure that people who view it can play Monster Hunter, at least at the foundational level, and understand some of the basic concepts behind the game. So with no further ado, let's begin. Monster Hunter World is a online hunting game. You can play by yourself solo and take some of the most beastiest creatures and vile beings down by yourself, or you can team up with the homies and slay them as a group. And you know, they always say 4 or 3 heads are better than 1. It can be played in multiple modes. You can play online with other people. You can create your own session, or you can join a squad session if you created a squad with a bunch of other players online. For the intents and purposes of this video, we'll play a solo. We'll play solo so that I can walk you through the steps and procedures of being an excellent hunter. Okay, welcome to Astera. This is the hub city of Monster Hunter World. Basically one of the 2 towns that you can manage your character and manage your items, weapons, gears, quests. Pretty much it's the one area where you will take the most time in for the preparation phase of the hunt. The things that we're going to discuss during the preparation phase of the hunt is how to know your monster, how to know your weapon, how to properly prepare and equip your gear, and how to know which items to bring on a hunt. Okay, so the first part is to get to know Astera. Astera has a lot of utilities and facilities that you can use to prepare for a hunt. One of these is the provision stockpile, which allows you to buy items that you need for the hunt. So you can go here and you can buy potions or antidotes, or Astera jerky, or barrel bombs, all tools and items that can make your hunt easier. Here is the resource center. The more you hunt monsters, the more investigations that you will get for which are like basically special quests that allow you to target monsters more effectively. I actually prefer using optional quests for that when you're trying to farm certain gear, but you can also do it here. In addition, they have secret quests like bounties that you can do that, boom, new limited bounties came up. Look at that. That you can do to get, for extra rewards. So, like in this case, Flying Wyvern Hunt. I'll just equip some just for the sake of equipping them. You can also get, this is where you manage your investigations. These are special quests that give you extra rewards when you complete them. Here is the melder. You can go here to exchange monster parts and items for other items. So if you want a mega potion, I can come here, turn in some iron ores or some macrolite ore or dragonite ore to get the amount of points needed to turn these items into a mega potion. I highly do not recommend doing it for items. What you mostly want to do it for is for the first Wyverian ritual, so you can get decorations, which are very key in building your character. Oh. Here is the Chief Botanist.
Hey.
Here you can create, or you can cultivate herbs and collect harvests. These herbs can be used to make smoke bombs or poisons or potions to heal you. So you can come in here. Or nets, for example. Ivy is used to make nets for pitfall traps. You can harvest the items here. And you can choose what type of plant life bug life or mushroom life that you want to cultivate. This area is key because this is where your chief ecologist is, and he will actually give you the most information about the monster that you're hunting. So you can like just look up the monster, and you can find out its habitat, its physiology, its low rank rewards, its high rank rewards, and just a variety of information about the monster. The smallest one you've killed, the largest one you've killed, how much times you've hunted or captured it, etc. We're heading to the workshop. The workshop is an area that allows you to forge equipment from the flesh of your fallen foes. That sounds so cool, right? Anyway, here you can take all of the items and the, well, not the items, I'll say the pelts or the carcass leftovers of the monster you killed to forge items out of it. So, for example, if I go to forge equipment and I want to forge an armor, let's say I wanted to forge Wrath Soul armor, right? I would need 4 Rathalos scales, 4 Rathalos carapaces, 3 Rathalos wings, and 1 Rathalos ruby to forge this helm. And this is probably the most important part of the game because this determines how you hunt and why you hunt. Basically, the feedback loop of this game is to hunt monsters, carve them for their parts, and take these parts back to the workshop to forge gear to make you stronger, so you can hunt stronger monsters, kill them, take their parts, and forge their parts into gear ad nauseum. That's like the feedback loop of the game. As you can see, when you look at these parts, you can see their defense, their rarity, the elements that they're resistant to, and the skills that come equipped to that armor. So in this case, this helmet has critical boost, intimidator. It has a set bonus skill. So if I wear like 2 pieces of the Rathalos the Rathalos soul set or the Wrath soul set, I'll get critical element. If I wear 4 pieces, I'll get Mind's Eye ballistics. So that's key too when it comes to building your character and making sure that you're fully prepared for the hunts that you go on. The handler is where you post your quests or join quests from. There's different types of quests you can post. Assigned quests, which are storyline quests and only can be completed once. Once you complete them, you can't complete them again. The second one are optional quests, which can be repeated to infinity. I highly recommend using optional quests to farm monster parts. The next one is investigations, which you get them from the research center that we were at on the first floor. But you'll notice that these monsters have a purple or a blue, I don't know, I'm colorblind. They have an outline around them, right? These monsters that have the outline around their icons are tempered monsters, and they drop specific decorations when you kill them. So the only way you can get tempered monsters is by doing investigations. There's events, so when an event is going on, you can do slay monsters that are specific to that event. And then special assignments, which are like regular assignments, except they're like usually downloadable content. Here's the Meowscular Chef. That's a pretty clever name, right? This is where you eat before a quest. You know, you can't go into a hunt on an empty stomach. You got to go in there with some food. Every time you eat, it increases your parameters of your character, attributes of your character, your stamina generation, things like that. So always eat before you hunt. But those are some of the facilities on Astera. and some of the areas that you need to be familiar with in order to prepare for a hunt. Oh, one last place. Actually, the second most important place after the workshop is your item box. This is where you manage your items, change your equipment, set your decorations, and change your armor and stuff. Okay. So, the next one will be, now that you are familiar with the facilities, we'll talk about how to prepare for a proper hunt. So, before we looked at the Wrath Soul Helm, we saw that we need to hunt an Azure Rathalos to get those parts. Let's say that that's the helm that we're going for to build. What we want to do is know a little bit more about the Azure Rathalos so that when we encounter him, we are prepared for him. So let's talk to our ecologist here and see what he has to say about that specific monster. Boom, Azure Rathalos. So he's a flying wyvern type. I've already hunted and captured him quite a bit. His known habitats are the Ancient Forest and the Elder's Recess. You can see in his physiology that his weak points are his face, his wings, and his tail. He's on his face, he has a 3-star weakness, which is the highest weakness you can have, to slashing, blunt, and bullets. And he's a little bit more protected on his wings and his tail, but he's still 2-star weakness to those. His elements he's weak to are dragon is his most he's most susceptible to, and he's least susceptible, well, not at all susceptible to fire. Same thing goes for his ailments. He is very weak to sleep paralysis and stun, and slightly susceptible to poison and blast. Here are the rewards that we can possibly get for slaying an Azure Rathalos. So breaking his head could give us the scale or Rathalos ruby. He drops carapace pieces all the time. That's a dropped material. Wings broken, he can drop the Azure Rathalos wings. His back, we can get the medulla or the ruby from, and his tail, we can carve his tail for his tail as well. So now that we know a little bit about this monster, that he is susceptible to dragon damage, let's prepare for this fight. Now in your equipment box, this is the area where you're able to change the equipment that you use when you're hunting. Right now I actually have a set on that's very good against Azure Rathalos. As you can see, I have attack boost maxed out, critical eye maxed out, well, almost maxed, critical boost maxed out, a weakness exploit at level 2, evade extender at level 2, flinch free at level 2, power prolonger level 1, airborne level 1, and evade window level 1. You can read more about the skills by pressing the touchpad on the middle of the PlayStation console. So I actually have a set bonus with this armor. Elemental damage is increased for jumping attacks, and Master's Touch prevents your weapon from losing sharpness during critical hits. Attack boost increases my attack power, also improves my affinity. And this increases affinity. Affinity is your chance to do 25% extra damage. With critical boost, my extra damage will boost up to 40% instead of the initial 25. Weakness exploit helps increase the affinity chances, so the more bonus damage I can get, the better. Evade extender increases my evade distance. Flinch free prevents knockback and other small reactions to, or other reactions to small damage. And power prolonger allows long swords, dual blades, insect glaives, switch axes, and charge blades to stay powered up longer. Airborne increases the damage caused by jumping attacks, and evade window extends the vulnerability period when evading. I'm actually using an insect glaive. The insect glaive that I am using is the True Gaybolg. It has 589 damage. You can see its sharpness is in the blue category. You usually want to shoot for blue or white category for sharpness because that also affects your damage. You get a like slight damage modifier if your weapon is more sharp. It's at 20% infinity and does 300 dragon damage. So it has Elder Seal, which is not really necessary for this fight because it's not an Elder Dragon. It's just a Fanged Wyvern. And it has a slot in it, which I already have a gem equipped, it looks like. I prefer the Insect Glaive because I like a more mobile weapon. It allows me to jump freely and mount monsters easier, as well as attack from the air and stay evasive. So I'm going to bring the True Daybulk into this fight. I'm also equipped with an attack charm, which helps increase my attack boost. If I was to, say, switch this out with another charm, let's say Handicraft, you would notice that my attack boost went down to 4. But I want to keep that attack power up, so I'm going to equip it and get my attack boost back up to level 7. I'll also bring a Vitality Mantle, which, if you look at the tooltip, negates a fixed amount of damage, after which the effect expires. And I use the Temporal Mantle, which nullifies damage completely by automatically evading. In addition, I want to set my decorations to make sure that my character is prepared. So Tenderizer Jewel, level 2, gives points towards weakness exploit. Right now, my weakness exploit is at level 2. I want to boost that up to level 3. So let's equip another Tenderizer Jewel. Boom. There we go. Let's see what else we can equip. Let's bring in Destroyer Jewel. I'll keep Jumping Jewel and Evasion Jewel. Attack Jewel. Let's put some Dragon Jewels on there because we do know that he's weak to dragon damage. Let's put a lot of Dragon Jewels on there. Ooh, 390 attack. Let's go. Now that I have my equipment prepared, I am going to go and look at the items that I have. So I want to bring Flash Pods to blind a monster. Dung Pods to cause certain monsters to flee. This is important in case you get 2 big monsters around. It's always a harder, a more difficult situation. We have to fight 2 monsters at once. And I'm going to bring a large barrel bomb with me. So here, got all my items. Got my gear ready to hunt. And the next thing I want to do is make sure that I eat. You can see my stats temporarily boosted and I have some food skills activated. That's why you eat. It makes your hunt more effective. Now let's go to our handler and get to that quest.
Never give up.
And it wasn't here. Ruler of the Azure Skies. So as you see, his habitat's in the Elder's Recess. This specific quest is at the Elder's Recess. So we will definitely run into the Azure Rathalos here. The failure conditions are for me to faint 3 times. So fainting is when your HP, your hit points, or your health is reduced to 0. If I faint 3 times, then I fail the quest. Hence why that feline insurance skill that I ate for earlier is very important. We'll start off at the southern camp. You can use vouchers to double your rewards for completing the quest, so I will use that. Now let's go on a slaying spree. So, first thing we have to do is track the monster. These glowing flies will usually direct you to the monster. The more experience you have hunting a specific type of monster, the easier the scout flies will react. As you can see, they are already directing me directly to him. It's mostly because I have slayed him thousands of times. Let's check out this gash. You can get his tracks or his trails or little things that he does, like these gashes he left over here, that help make it easier to track him. Your scout flies will react more effectively. Let's get that vitality from that little plant over there. Ooh, maybe it was smart to bring a cool drink, because it seems we have to go in that cool, that tornado to fight him. So I'm gonna drink this cool drink. Keeps me nice and cool for the hunt. Oh, look, he's coming towards us. So here he is. Where is he going to? Oh, this is a bad thing. We have two monsters in the same area. There's an Oregon over there. Let's see. Let's try to bring him down. It looks like the Oregon has his attention. There we go. Got him down on the ground. Now, this is important to know your style of weapon. I'm going to use my insect glaive and send out my little dragoonic minion over here. There we go. To collect extracts from his body to power up my attacks when I go on the attack. There we go. Okay. He's angry right now. Ooh. First thing we're going to use is the temporal mana to get a nice, good DPS phase on him. There. Ooh, I mounted him. Alright, let's brace and try to get him down on the ground again. Ah, bring him down. Ah, there we go. Bring him down. Here we go. Get down here, boy. Boom, right on the ground. Let's DPS his face. This is a key to know the weapon that you're using, so you know the combos and attacks you can use to maximize your DPS on your prey. Ooh, broke one of his parts on his head. Excellent. Let's try to get his tail clipped off. Ooh, there we go. Boom, there is his tail. Excellent work. Oh, I'm poisoned. You can tell that I'm poisoned by the purple thing on my health bar. That is not a good ailment. I want to disengage from the combat a little bit. Drink this antidote to stop the poison from draining my health. There we go. Now let's see if we can use the environment to help bring him down. What do we want him at? Ooh, and I'm on fire. Let's roll out. Stop, drop, and roll. Here we go. Get your butt over here. Yeah, we want him right over here. Yep, here we go. Ah, missed it. Oh, look at that damage he does to them. Right there. Boop. Boom! Drop the boulders on them. Nice. Boom. Headshot. Get the essence from his wings. Back the combo in his face. Ah. Up. Huh. So it looks like he's limping away. We did enough damage to that phase. Now let's see where we dropped his tail at. Always carve the tail. See if we can get some... Bloop. Ooh, acquired an Azure Rathalos scale. Ooh, so if you see on the map at below, you see the skull marker blinking. That means that he's in critical state right now. His HP is low enough that we may be able to slay him or capture him. Let's go for a slay. Set these large barrel bombs up in front of his face. Boom! Take that damage, beast! Oh, on fire. He seems very, very angry right now. We did just blow his face off. Ooh! Woo! Not a good, safe place to be right now when he's angry. Drink some of this. Ooh! Ah, let's go. Oh, don't want to get in that flame. Let's bring him back down to earth. There we go. Boom! And he's slayed. Now, let's carve his body and see if we can get any good gear out of it. Ooh, there's one of the wings. And there's a scale. Well, that was a successful hunt for Azure Rathalos. Now, the final phase after the prep phase and after the hunt phase, where we take down our prey, is to take the items that we carved to see if we can make some new weapons or gear out of it. These are our rewards. You can see that the rewards from the quest are some more monster parts, as well as our doubled money from using the voucher, and our hunter rank increased a little bit. Hunter rank affects our ability to get difficult and more challenging quests. The higher the hunter rank, the more difficult and challenging quests you can get. And the more difficult and challenging quests you do and complete, the rarer gear you can get. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And the final phase is taking our hard-earned work and carvings and making his flesh into some weapons or gear that we can use. Now, I actually remembered that I did have a blade, the Azure, that I would rather carve instead. So, the scale, the tail, the Rathalos ruby, and the Teostra horn from another monster, I do have. As you can see, it takes 3, 8, 2, 1. Some of the items might take multiple items to do, but once you forge them, you can take this, blow, and then now I have a new flame saber of rarity 8. Look at that samurai sword just beasting on my back. Okay, well, that's the end of my tutorial and my instructional video. You guys have a good one.